Good day everyone. So now we are going to present our research titled Lost Time, Lost Lessons, exploring the experiences of a tardy grade 11 senior high school student at Panagangan National High School. First is background of the work. Arriving at school on time is important because it allows students to begin their day with focus, follow classroom routines, and fully understand the lessons. Punctuality supports effective learning and helps students develop discipline and responsibility. However, at Panagangan National High School or PNHS, many grade 11 learners experience difficulty in arriving at school on time. Tardiness is not merely a habit. It affects students' academic performance, classroom behavior, and overall experience. Many students arrive late due to challenges they encounter at home and on their way to school. Factors such as long distance from school, lack of reliable transportation, household responsibilities, and difficulty waking up early make it challenging for students to arrive before the first bell. In addition, some learners experience fatigue caused by staying up late to complete school tasks or deal with personal concern. These difficulties often accumulate and results in frequent tardiness. Teachers also observe the negative effects of tardiness on classroom instruction. When students arrive late, lessons are interrupted and teachers are focused and repeat explanations. This reduces the time available for activities, practice, and deeper discussions. Moreover, interruption may affect the concentration of other students, disrupting the overall learning environment. Despite the noticeable effects of tardiness, the voices and lived experiences of tardy students are often overlooked. Discussions about punctuality commonly focus on attendance records and the number of late arrivals rather than understanding what students experience, how they feel, and what kind of support they need. Gaining insight into their experiences is essential in developing effective and student-centered intervention. This study aims to explore the lived experiences of tardy grade 11 students at Panagangan National High School to help teachers, parents, and school administrators better understand the underlying reasons behind tardiness. By listening to the students' stories, the research seeks to emphasize that every late arrival reflects a situation that requires understanding, support, and appropriate action. Second is statement of the problem. So this study aims to explore the lived experiences of tardy grade 11 senior high school student at Panagangan National High School during the school year 2025-2026. Specifically, the study seeks to answer the following questions. Like first is, what are the lived experiences of grade 11 senior high school students who frequently arrive late at Panagangan National High School? Second is, what challenges do grade 11 senior high school students encounter that contribute to their persistent tardiness? Third is, what coping strategies do these tardy students use to manage or address their experiences related to being late?
Today, I will now explain the theoretical framework of our study. Our research uses phenomenology. Phenomenology is a theory and method that focuses on understanding people's real life experiences. It looks at how people feel, think, and experience situations in their daily lives. In our study, phenomenology helps us to understand the lived experiences of grade 11 students who are often late to school. Instead of looking at rule or teacher's opinion, we listen to the students themselves. We want to know how they feel about being late and why it happens and how it affects their learning and school life. This theory is suitable for our topic because tardiness is not just about time, it's also about feelings and challenges. Some students may feel stress, shame, pressure, or tardiness when they arrive late. Only the students can truly explain these feelings based on their own experiences. By using interviews and open discussions, phenomenology allows the students to share their daily routines, such as morning struggles, family responsibilities, long travel to school, or personal problems. For some students, being late may be caused by helping at home, distance from school, or lack of motivations. For others, it may be related to friendship, mental health, or the school environment. Phenomenology shows that each student situation is different. Every student has a unique story and reasons behind their tardiness.
Next is definition of terms. Tardiness refers to the act of arriving late to school or class beyond the required time in this study. Tardiness focuses on grade 11 students who often come late. So, tardiness, pasabot malate sa pag-abot sa school o class, especially ang grade 11 student. Lost time. The minutes or hours students lose when they arrive late. This includes the time missed from morning routines, class activities, announcements. So, lost time, ang oras nga mawala tungod sa ka-late sama sa time sa klase og announcement. Lost lessons. The learning opportunities that a student miss a classes because of that they were not present during the classes start. This may include lectures, exercises, discussion, or instruction from the teacher. Lost time, mga lesson o activities nga ma-miss sa student tungod kay wala pa siya sa class. Experiences refers to the personal stories, feelings, and situations shared by tardy grade 11 students. This includes their reason for being late and the effects they notice in their school life. So dere, experiences, mga personal nga storya o feelings sa grade 11 student bahin sa ilang ka-late.
Grade 11 senior high school student. Student who are in the first year of senior high school at Panagangan National High School and the main participant of the study. Sila ang main participant sa study. Panagangan National High School, the public secondary school where the research is conducted and where participating students are enrolled. So kani siya, mao ni ang school kung aha gihimo ang research. Academic performance refer to a student school like grades, classes participation, and submit the requirements that may be affected thereby frequently tardiness. So kini siya performance sa student sa school like grades, requirements, and participation. School attendance, the record of student presence or absence in the school. This study is considered how students frequent late arrivals influence their overall attendance. So kini siya record this sa student sa ilang presence kung absent ba sila or daily.
Review related literature. First is local. So several local studies have examined the issue of tardiness among senior high school students in the Philippines, particularly in Mindanao. Torres and Alonso 2018 conducted a study on the daily school routines and attendance patterns of senior high school learners in a public institution in the Davao region. Their findings shows that student morning habits such as late sleeping schedules, domestic responsibilities, and limited transportation options significantly contributed to habitual tardiness. The study further explained that many learners from households where early morning chores, sibling care, and shared family responsibilities delay their preparation for school. This research highlights how family dynamics and daily routines strongly influence student punctuality. Similarly, Reyes and Cruz 2021 examined the factors affecting tardiness among grade 11 senior high school learners in a public high school in the Davao region. This study revealed that inconsistent sleep schedules, household responsibilities, and long commuting distance were the primary causes of habitual lateness. According to the researchers, many students assist with household chores or take care of siblings before going to school, emphasizing the role of family obligation in shaping punctuality. The study shared the importance of considering socio-familial factors when addressing tardiness in senior high school in Mindanao. In terms of transportation-related issue, Salek et al. 2020 investigated the relationship between transportation challenges and tardiness among grade 11 students in a public senior high school in Butuan City. The findings indicated that students who lived far from school or depend on unreliable public transportation are more likely to arrive late, especially during peak traffic hour. The study emphasized that habitual tardiness is influenced not only by students' personal behaviors but also by external logistical challenges, highlighting the need for community and structural supports. Indaya and Villanueva 2021 also explored the impact of household duties and sibling care of punctuality of grade 11 student and provincial public high school in Davao region. Their findings shows that students often prioritize family responsibilities over timely school attendance, particularly in households where parents work long hours and students are expected to assist with younger siblings. The researchers emphasize the importance of addressing socio-familial and logical factors when dealing with habitual tardiness among senior high school learners. Meanwhile, Montederamas 2024 conducted an action research study at Libertad National High School in Butuan City, focusing on the effects. Meanwhile, Montederamas 2024 conducted an action research study at Libertad National High School in Butuan City, focusing on the effects of strategic reward system on students' tardiness among senior high school learners. The results revealed that introduction of incentives significantly reduced late arrivals as students were motivated to arrive on time in order to earn rewards. This study demonstrated that school-based intervention, particularly positive reinforcement strategies, can effectively address habitual tardiness and improve students' punctuality.
So today, I will now explain the national studies related to student punctuality in the Philippines. First, the study of Torres and Alonso 2018 focused on senior high school students in Davao region. Their study showed that many students arrive late because they sleep late, do household chores, take care of siblings, and have transportation problems. This means that family responsibilities and daily routines at home affect students' ability to come to school in time. Next, Reyes and Cruz 2021 studied grade 11 students in Laguna. They found that students are often late because of poor sleeping habits, household chores, and long travel from home to school. Many students help their families before preparing for school, which causes delays. Another reason for tardiness is the environment. Lanita and De La Cruz 2021 explained that students who live far from school, especially in rural areas, experiences long walks, unsafe roads, and bad weather. Similarly, Quinto and Medrano 2019 said that unreliable transportation and vehicle problems also make students arrive late. Aside from physical reasons, emotional factors also affect punctuality. Torres and Cabello 2022 found that students who come late feel shy, nervous, or stressed when entering the classroom. Pilar and Ocampo 2022 added the academic stress, such as heavy school work and pressure, lower students' motivation to come to school early. Furthermore, Villanueva 2023 studied the grade 11 student in Quezon City. The study showed that lack of sleep, helping with household chores, and depending on siblings or transportation contribute to tardiness. The study suggested teaching students time management to help them arrive on time. Lastly, et al. 2024 found that long travel time transportation problems and long school environment affect student punctuality. They suggested that schools should help students by improving both transportation support and students' habit.
Next is international related literature. First is Wolf and McCoy, 2019, from the United States, studied how sleep affects students being on time. They found that students who sleep late and use gadgets at night are more likely to arrive late at school. This shows that good sleep habits are important to being punctual. Second is Smith et al. 2020 in Australia studied students from different family backgrounds. They found that students from low-income families were often late because of transportation problems, part-time work, and household chores. This means that family and money-related problems affect punctuality. Next is Kato and Tanaka 2021 from Japan studied how far students live from school. They found that students who live far away or use public transportation are more likely to be late, especially during bad weather. This shows that being late is not always the student's fault. Next is Lopez and Garcia in Spain, 2018, studied how students think about being on time. They found that in some groups, being late is socially accepted, and teachers who arrive on time can influence students to do same. This shows that culture and models affect punctuality. So next is Moller et al. 2022 in Germany studied tardiness over time. They found that students who are always late often have lower grades and less participation in class. Reasons include of lack of sleep, long travel, and family's duty. Next is research design of our study. This study used a qualitative research design. This means the research focused on the real experiences and personal stories of grade 11 students at Panagangan National High School who are often late to go in school. Instead of collecting numbers or statistics, the study gathered information through interview, conservations, and observations, and school records. This approach helped the researcher to understand what the students go through, why they are late in classes, and how it affects their learning. A qualitative research design was chosen because the study aims to find out on how the students feel and they experience and what the reasons they are coming late in classes. They are the best understood by listening to the students themselves.
Next is sampling technique. So this study employed purposive sampling. So this sampling technique, participants are intentionally selected because they meet the specific criteria required for the study. So the respondents were grade 11 students who frequently arrive to school, making them appropriate participants for the research. So the purposes of using purposive sampling was not to select students randomly, but to choose those who have direct and consistent experience with tardiness. This allowed the participant to share honest, relevant, and meaningful insight about their situation. A total of 10 grade 11 students from Panagangan National High School were selected. The participants were identified based on attendance record, missed classroom activities, and their willingness to participate in the study. These criteria ensure that the selected students that sufficient experiences related to frequent tardiness. This sampling technique was used because the study required participants who could clearly explain the reasons why they often arrive late to school, their experiences and feelings when they are late, and how the tardiness affect their learning and academic performance. By selecting students who are directly involved in the situation, the study was able to gain deeper understanding of the real challenges faced by frequently tardy senior high school students.
Today, I will now explain the scope and limitation in our study. This study focused on the experience of grade 11 senior high school students at Panagangan National High School, who often arrive late to school. It looks into their reasons for being late and how their tardiness affects their learning and their studies and how it influences their daily school activities. The study also includes the teacher's observation to better understand how student lateness affects classroom flow and student performance. The research will take place within the school campus and will only cover the current school year. This study is limited only to grade 11 senior high school students, and it does not include grade 12 or junior high school students. It will not measure academic performance through test scores, but will rely on the students' own stories and experiences. The results of the study cannot represent all schools because it only focuses on one school, Panagangan National High School. Time is also a limitation since the study will be conducted only within the set research period, which may prevent the researcher from gathering more participants or deeper data.
Data gathering. Data gathering. In this study, to collect the information for this study, the researcher have to walk to the grade 11 student at Panagangan National High School who often come late to school. The main goal is to understand the real situation, how tardiness affect their study. The researcher will use short interviews so that the student will easily understand where student can freely share their experience, such as why they are late, what they feel about missing lesson, and how it affects their schoolwork. This interview will be alone in a quiet, comfortable place so that the student can speak freely and peacefully. The researcher will also give simple questionnaire with clear question about their daily routines, travel time, and how often they arrive late. Students will answer this on paper to keep everything easy and organized. In addition, the researcher will observe how late arrivals affect students once they enter the classroom. They will include checking if they miss the instruction, struggle to catch up, or feel stressed. All information gathered be kept private and used only for research. Through these steps, the study aims to clearly understand the time lost, lesson missed, and the experience of tardy grade 11 student. Diri sa data gathering nga part, diri pasabot kung unsaon pagkuha sa information sa study. Ang researcher mao ang mo-collect sa gikan sa grade 11 student usually malate through interviews, questionnaires, or observation. Pinaagi sa short interviews na buhaton, ma-share sa student ang ilang experience, reason, nganong malate sila, nganong dugay sila makaabot sa eskwela. Kung unsa pud ang nakapaapekto na ang questionnaire mao ang gamiton para makuha ilang mga info, then researcher mao ang mag-observe.
Data analysis and evaluation. After collecting the data, the researcher will make sure that all grade 11 students are treated with care and respect. Before starting the study, the student will be told what the research is about and why their experiences are important. They will only take part if they want to. All information will be kept private. Students' name will not appear in the research, and no one will know which answer belong to which student. Anything they share in interviews or questionnaires will stay confidential and will only be used for this study. Students can choose not to answer any questions that make them uncomfortable. They can also stop participating at any time, and nothing bad will happen if they do. The researcher will make sure that all students feel safe and respect during the study. All data will be stored carefully and will not be shared with others. Following this step helps protect the student rights, privacy, and well-being at all times.
Next is ethical considerations of our study. In this research, we made sure that all grade 11 students were treated with respect and care. Before starting, the students were clearly told what the study is about and why their experiences are important. They joined the study only if they wanted to. All information shared by the student was kept private and confidential. Their names were not written in the research, and no one could tell which answers came from which student. Students were also allowed to skip any questions they did not want to answer. They could stop joining the study at any time, and no punishment would happen if they choose to leave. Lastly, as the researcher made sure that students felt safe and respected during the whole process. All data was stored properly and not shared, that the rights, privacy, and well-being of the students were protected.
Lastly, research instrument. This study will use two main instrument tools to gather information from grade 11 students who is often arrive late to school, a survey form and an interview form. The survey form will contain clear and simple questions about the students' daily routines, travel time, and the common reasons why they come late. It is also asked about how their tardiness affects their learning. Most questions will be multiple choice to make it easier and faster for students to answer. The interview form will be a short list of open-ended questions. These questions will guide the conversation and help students share their experiences more fully. They will talk about what they go through before arriving at school and how missing the start of a class affects them. Both tools are designed to be easy to understand so students can answer honestly without confusion. These instrument tools will help the researchers to collect and reliable information about the experiences of tardy grade 11 students.